Welcome. This is the Fort Valley Boys Podcast. I'm your host, David Vic. Deep Randall has popped onto the scene, and tonight's show is all college football. All college football all the time. So no NFL talk today because there's so much we got to get into college football, and it's college football. It is what it is, and we're gonna talk all about it. Mike is stopping at Dairy Queen right now, so he'll be on in just a minute. Shop be on with just a minute, and this is a part of the show we say, "Let's go."
Let's go.
And this is the Fort Valley Boy Podcast, and we have a lot of sponsors. We'll get to them in just a minute. What the deal is, D Roundup? What the deal is?
What's going down? Hey, what's popping, bro?
Same thing, different day, man.
I feel you.
And let me tell you, everybody in here. Let me tell you, everybody that need to be on here. In a second, I need a producer. Anybody out there that want to work for free? Nobody. I need a producer. I'm tired. I'm tired of doing all the graphics. I'm tired of doing all the other folks. Corey Green, we need you as a producer. We need to hire you as a producer.
You just get the perks right now, Corey. You don't get pay ain't in just yet.
Yeah, the pay is nothing. The pay is nothing. Pay is nothing. Pay is nothing. Let's see what Corey says. I know he says on.
We what's going on, Corey? Hire means pay.
No, internship. My bad. It's an internship. Oh, let's get it correct.
Hey, Corey, way to be on your P's and Q's, bro. That's a good comeback.
It's internship, dog. Internship.
Better
free.
Word.
Training for other stuff. So, but we have multiple graphics on the show, and since we're only doing college football, we only got one graphic night. There's no point in me wasting the effort and all the hard work in doing graphics. So, but we got two sponsors though. We're sponsored by Ozempic and Arizona Tea. If you drink Arizona Tea, you'll be on damn Ozempic. We're also brought to you by Hennessy and Coke, the Dark Looker. The dark.
Yeah, they coincide. They coincide.
All right.
Oh, we gonna let you know.
Ginger has a multi. We'll let you know. Don't call us. We'll call you.
we gonna let you know. See, Green.
Orientation right now. Orientation right now.
We got you, C Green. You
Fort Valley. Well, Mike and shot. Oh yeah, while we before we get started with the bullshit. Happy birthday to Pretty Tony. Birthday today. Doubt he'll be on. So
happy birthday, bro.
He on. Yeah. We know what he's doing tonight.
Yes, indeed.
I'm do my Stephen A. voice. Yeah, because it's his birthday, he gotta take care of the missus.
Yes, sir.
Gotta spend time with your lady friend and just you gotta show her some love tonight.
Yeah, that's that Barry White.
Yeah, because Tony's birthday today, we ain't gonna see. So then when Barry starts singing hard, practice 1, 2, 3. I'm like that ain't going nowhere in that song. Here I am, baby. Practice 1, 2, 3. Telling me this and telling me that.
Oh,
no back.
Oh, this dude is dumb.
Here I am, baby.
What the It's stupid.
Put my words, you can say Jodeci. Lately, girl, strangest feeling. Oh, man, I'm many wishes. Hope my premonition misses.
Tripping today.
My heart let me on. Cause this always
Stick to your day job.
to
Stick to your
All right. Also, all right. Shameless plug. Last shameless plug before we start college football. I'm just bullshitting to see if somebody will pop on here, but shameless plug. Annual Christmas concert. We're doing it on Saturday. It's a canned good drive. We're going to donate our canned goods to the Macon Rescue Mission. For the holiday season, for those that are in need and whatnot. So we've been doing it for 14 years. So you just donate what you can, canned goods. It's 2 canned good admission. If you don't have no canned goods, still come out anyway. Just come out anyway. We're doing it 14 years, so good time. Get you in the holiday spirit, all that good stuff. All right.
What, man?
College football playoff matchups are set. Michigan, Washington, Texas, Alabama. Florida State is 5, Georgia is 6. Damon, what was your initial thoughts when you saw the rankings on Sunday?
I'm going to say my initial thought was I understand why Florida State left out. Doesn't mean I really like it.
Take that.
Oh, Lord.
That rape charge that we're going to take.
Take that.
You taking stuff on. What in the blue? What's that on your head, home? Head.
Don't even ask.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't even ask.
Right. I shouldn't ask. Right.
Did he never mind.
I was cooking Damon and Fade, man.
No, you wasn't.
I wasn't.
Just ignore it. That Shot told us this 3 years ago. Just ignore it.
You're right. My initial thought, Fade, was I understand why. I understand why they did it. What I couldn't understand is
Damon, what were your thoughts on the
I think that they got it right. I didn't like that Florida State was left out, but I understood why they were, because it made me think of what we talked about pre-production, Fave, that when Ohio State had their second and third string quarterback, they went out and destroyed everybody. So they made the committee put them in. You know what I'm saying? Texas did the same thing. Not only did they beat Bama, they destroyed Okie State. So I get it. It's just I feel bad for Florida State because they're a Power 5 champ and they didn't lose a game. But I understand why they left them out. Here's what I don't understand. I don't understand why it's SEC bias.
Mm-hmm.
When the SEC has been the most dominant conference in the playoff. So if you're looking at if it's one champion out of the Power 5 that never needs to be left out, it's the SEC. I know they saying the SEC had a down year, but having said that, the team that won it beat the reigning defending 2-time champion, and they were on an 8-game winning streak. So go undefeated in the SEC and take down number 1. I don't see how you could have left them out. So that's what I felt. I felt bad for Florida State. I felt bad for the quarterback. He put that text out saying he wished he would have hurt himself earlier so his team could prove himself. I understand Coach Novell's outrage. I do understand what the committee said though. So.
Go ahead, Mike.
What's the topic?
What was your initial thoughts when you seen the 4 teams?
Florida State got screwed.
What was your initial reaction to the rankings when it came out Sunday?
Florida State got screwed. Florida State is the first Power 5 in the college football playoff era to get done like that. We hadn't had a team undefeated like this Power 5 since the BCS era, when I think Auburn and a couple other teams went undefeated.
That was the worst era.
After I processed it and got to thinking and to say it to myself, Florida State, you got 4 teams you need to blame. Okay? You need to blame, number 1, you need to blame LSU. because LSU, it was a top 5 game on a neutral site, and you bullied them boys, but they didn't finish the season out strong. Then you need to blame Clemson. Clemson has been the beast in the ACC, and they stunk it up this year. After that, you need to go holler at TCU from last year. You're like, TCU from last year? Well, TCU put up such a horrible performance in the national championship game that the college football playoff committee was never going to let another team get in the playoffs that was a subpar type team like that. And then finally, you need to go at Auburn. That's who you need to blame. Because if Auburn stops Alabama, you get in the college football playoffs. Point blank, period. So you got teams that you need to blame on that. It was, and the ACC, man, they voted the 12-team playoffs down to start this year. You would have got in. But, I got to thinking about it. Alabama, you beat the number 1 team in the country. You went undefeated in the SEC. That stands a way more than what Florida State has done. So the Tide got in. Georgia was the first time that I saw a team go from number 1 to number 6. Usually a team dropped to 4 or 5, but this was a different year with so many undefeated teams. And you're looking at those games basically were quarterfinal games. The Washington-Oregon game, the Georgia-Alabama, the Florida State-Louisville. Those games were quarterfinal games to see who got in the playoffs. So that was my reaction to it.
Yeah, Horatio's jumping off. Horatio, what was your initial reaction to the ranking when it came out Sunday?
I was right. First of all, what's going on, fellas?
What's going on, bro?
We talked about this in the pre-production chat. It wasn't about the most deserving. It was about the 4 best teams, and they've been doing that for the last 2-3 years. A couple of years ago, they put Ohio State in there because they felt like they was one of the 4 best teams, and they went on and won the national championship. About 7 years ago, matter of fact. So this is no knock on the ACC. It was a simple fact where that's not the same Florida State team without Jordan Travis. If Jordan Travis is playing in that game, even if the score was the same, I hope the committee would have still put Florida State in there, but that's not the same team. And people can cry whatever. When I had the argument, I asked, did you think Florida State was better than Alabama? No. Michigan? No. Texas? No. Georgia? No. Then why would you put them in as one of the 4 best teams? If you don't think they're one of the 4 best teams. That's my reaction to it.
They had actually put out I'm trying to think who was it, FanDuel or one of them, because there was a sports show talking about it. If Florida State would have gotten in that 4, they would have been 15-point underdogs.
Exactly.
That's what they feel about it. So I do understand that. I do understand that point. But Mike brought up, I don't know if Mike was really bringing it up, but I thought about something. If Bama, considering the SEC has been the dominant conference, if Bama would have lost to Auburn but turned around and beat Georgia, would they have been the first 2-loss team to get in at number 4?
No. I certainly don't. Again, I would definitely look. Now you can't put a P5 conference champion. You can't lead them out over a 2-loss team. You can't do that now. You can't do that. At the end of the day, that SEC game, only the winner was going to get in, simply because, like Mike said, this year you had a lot of strong teams. You had about 5 or 6 teams, only 1 loss, that really deserved to be in, barring circumstances. You had a 1-loss Ohio State team that was really, really good. So, and then you got a 1-loss Georgia team. You had a lot of teams that deserve to be in there.
That's true.
unlike previous years, remember, you didn't have any upsets in the conference championship game. You know, you had a one-loss Ohio State team that. Are we in the Matrix? Are we in the Matrix? What the hell is going on, Craig?
Craig. Corey brought up. Corey, he producer and trained, and I get him. Florida State strength of schedule was 55th, so that was a bad stat too.
Well, they beat the only SEC team they played, so you know at
they
the end of the
Florida also.
Right, my fault.
Also.
So, man, you can't put them in there without Jordan Travis. I'm sorry.
Oh, everybody tends. Well, I can say everybody. A majority of the people tend to agree with you because it probably would have been an ugly game. It wouldn't have been competitive. And Mike brought up a really good point that TCU got annihilated in the national championship game, and that you know it may be the past, but they probably still think about that.
I look like I was telling Dave before y'all came on. If you go back to when they used the polls, which was way more controversial, the year Notre Dame played Florida State, I think it was 93. Notre Dame beat Florida State, but the next week they lost to Boston College. And they both won their bowl game, but Florida State won the national championship that year. We also look at – go ahead, Mike.
No, I was agreeing with you. I was saying, yeah, you're right.
And you go back to 2014 when Cordell Jones was remember Braxton Miller, I think, was hurt at the beginning of the year. Then JT Barrett started.
And then he got hurt later.
Broke his leg like near the last game of the year against Michigan, I believe. Cordell Jones came in and dropped 59 on Wisconsin. They think the committee saying, okay, they still gonna roll. We're gonna put them in there. They jumped that year, I believe they jumped Baylor and TCU.
Yeah,
sure. Jumped both those teams. They both jumped both those teams. Now Florida State, you went to 3 quarterbacks in the last 3 games, and you scored a total of 30 points in 2 games.
Man, they threw for 55. They threw for 55 yards.
55 yards.
Yeah.
In the passing era, unheard of.
Yep.
And you look at their schedule was, like I said, Corey brought it up, producing and training 55th, where Alabama was 5th, I believe.
Yeah, they were 5th. They were 5th in the country strength of schedule.
And some people were saying Georgia should have got a shot. No, you go head to head. Georgia wouldn't have got in over at Bama because they just lost to Bama.
Yeah, but Georgia being 1-6, getting that's unheard of, man. Like, even if you ain't even got the college football playoff rankings, you rarely see a team drop from 1 to 6 in the ranking. They may drop to 3 or 4, but you don't see that. Like the farthest Georgia should have maybe dropped was 4, but they dropped them all the way to 6. But like I said, they use these games as a college football playoff. I mean, these SEC championship games as a playoff game. So, I mean, it is what it is, but I salute to the Georgia Bulldogs for this run, man. Somebody would have told me 10 years ago that Georgia would have won 2 national championships back-to-back and a 29-game winning streak. I would have said, man, stop lying. Ain't no way. But what Kirby has pulled off with them dogs, like after the game, I knew one day it had to come to an end. Of course, I think the problem with the game as a Georgia fan, you didn't want it to come to an end against Alabama. I think that's probably what it was. But you knew one day that streak was going to end. And Georgia, for our lifetime, is in an impressive category with the USC run in the early 2000s, the Miami run in the early 2000s. Georgia is in that same category. The Alabama run, if it wasn't for that not the pick six, whatever that playing
the kick six.
The kick six, Alabama would have won 3 straight. So, I mean, Georgia's in an impressive class of winning streaks and back-to-backs and all that kind of stuff. And Georgia ain't going nowhere. Georgia, they will be back. They definitely be back.
Hey, Mike, to back your point that they didn't want to lose to Bama, another reason is because in this particular game, Nick got Kirby's number. I don't think he really beat him in the SEC championship game. I don't. As a person who watched Georgia football, they made a really good run. Georgia fans should be proud. They should have their chests out. They just ran across, or as a ratio, call him the greatest. That's the greatest college coach in history, and he usually owns his proteges. So it was a bunch of things that kind of went against Georgia in that way.
Hey, what is this? A eulogy for Georgia? We talking about it that's already in. He talking about Georgia run. This ain't no eulogy for Georgia. Moving along.
He's a Georgia hater. This nigga's the biggest Georgia Bulldog hater, man. This nigga's a hater, dude.
We talking about the Final Four, and you talking about what kind of winning streak Georgia's on. Say that for your show. Go cry somebody else a river.
This ain't no cry. 2-time national champ. We'd rather be Georgia than Miami. How about that, Jack?
So Portal. Let's go, Fade. You want to do a eulogy for Georgia?
All right, one last topic. Just think about it. We got Power 5 schools. We got 5 Power 5 conferences, but there are only 4 spots. And folks had a problem with it. The committee should have had 6 teams. But that's neither here and there. So, transfer portal. We had a record number of students hitting the transfer portal. I love it because coaches get to leave whenever the hell they want to. Lady player leave. I know Mike doesn't like it, but hey, coaches do it all the damn time.
How many years is now? Is it 5,000?
I don't
no,
know.
Ain't
Mike,
no 5,000 people.
I think
no
it might be 3.
3?
It might be closer to 3. But Mike,
that's all levels too now. That's FCS, that's D2, D3, that's all of them combined. It ain't just FBS level.
I figured that. I was just wondering what the number was.
We're gonna start Mike on this one. Since I think you don't like the transfer portal, you don't like the what I'm gonna say, how I'm gonna phrase this. The goings on of the portal is like the Wild Wild West.
The problem I have with the portal is kids jumping in there because I have a problem with certain parts of the transfer portal. I have a problem with the guys jumping in the portal for a second time, a third time, and in some cases a fourth time. I have a problem with guys that thought they were coming to Miami or Florida or Texas A&M to get that bag and they don't get it, now they out. I have a problem with guys that don't compete, don't like to compete. Now, the position of quarterback, I don't really have a big issue with you transferring because you only can play one quarterback. But the thing about the transfer portal and these kids transferring, like, bruh, let me give you an example. Brock Vandegrift just left Georgia. He committed to Kentucky. You're not going to walk on Kentucky campus and think that you're going to get the first team reps right away. There's 2, 3, 4 other guys there that's going to compete with you. So just the fact that guys are not really willing to compete, guys jumping in the portal 2 and 3 times, and a lot of it's about that money too. A lot of it got to do with that money. But it's just certain parts of the transfer portal. If you've been out of school 2 or 3 years, you ain't got in the field yet, okay, maybe it's time to jump in there. Another example, Nealon Green. He was a 5-star DB in the 2021 Georgia class. Hadn't got on the field. He dipped, trying to find somewhere else to play. So it's just certain parts of the portal that I have an issue with.
We'll come back to what will Atwater do to picks a shot. What does it say about college football with this many students going in the portal?
I mean, it says that the same way, coaches can change jobs and change cities and for the betterment of their family and their career opportunities, then you got young adults can do the same thing. Everybody not going in the portal just because of NIL. Case in point, Brock Vandegrift. Case in point, Nealon Green. I'm going to get some playing time. Everybody can't go to the NFL, but while I'm in college, I want to play. So, and I go to Brock Vandegrift. I'm not better than Carson Beck. At least at this moment, I'm not. But I'm probably, at least he thinks he is. He feels like he has a better opportunity to get on the field at Kentucky. You do the best for you, young fella. You don't owe nobody nothing to sit around for 3-4 years and wait on your opportunity. Lincoln Riley was coaching the Oklahoma Sooners and negotiating his contract with the USC Trojans. Mark Richt told Malik Rozier, you can't play for me. They don't talk about the players that get pushed into the portal by coaches. Coaches been pushing players to transfer for years, and they can transfer because I don't want you on my team. So now here's what the players are doing. Okay, guess what? I'm good. So if somebody's offering me $100,000 to go play for another team, I don't owe y'all nothing, just like y'all don't owe me nothing. So if somebody coming to offer me some money, a bag, whatever you want to call it, it is my prerogative to go seek a better opportunity for my family, the same way Lincoln Riley did, the same way Chip Kelly did, same way Kirby Smart did, same way Sarkisian did. They owe that to themselves. Go get paid, young fellas. Get money.
And the shots point for let Damon get in. Calipari has been doing this for the last 13 years at Kentucky, pushing kids in and out of that program. Go ahead, Damon.
As far as the portal, I look at it on a two-strand thing: the money and the playing time. I think that these kids, man, they making hundreds of millions of dollars for a school. How come they can't do the same thing if they want to get up out of there? They want to take care of their family. I agree with it. I understand that the playing time too, though, because there are a few kids who feel like maybe this coach I committed to didn't really hone my skills or deal with what he could to develop me better than develop me to get into the league or develop me to be a better player. Then I need to get up out of here because my dream is to get to the NFL and to take care of my family. So it may be development. It may be I seem to go with the money thing more than anything, but I think it's more of a developmental thing. And these kids know what to say nowadays too. They know what to say when they being interviewed by On3 or whoever. They know what to say. They know how to sell themselves. So I've been reading a few of them. They saying the right thing. Maybe I need to be developed. I need to go where I'm wanted, or I want to play. They know what they're saying. I just think that at the end of the day, I should go back to the Chris Webber days and the Glenn Robinson days when these cats was Purdue and Michigan was making money hand over fist, and these cats couldn't get nobody. They couldn't allow nobody to buy them a hamburger. So they got this NIL. They running with it.
I want to circle back to Mike now. Mike, you are the commissioner of the NCAA president / commissioner or whatever. What are you doing to regulate the portal or NIL or whatnot? What are you doing?
I mean, they've already kind of done it. They've opened up two windows for the transfer portal. They got basically a winter time for the portal, and then right after the spring games in April. So that kind of, you got that little time period to jump in the portal. Then I think one thing that I would stop if I was running it, I wouldn't. I remember back in the day when kids would transfer, they couldn't go to a school in that same conference. I think I would keep that. I mean, and I know that may be unpopular, but I probably would keep kids from going into the portal, going to another school in the same conference. Also, I would have to put some kind of cap on kids transferring 2 and 3 times. Prime example, JT Daniels, I know he been to 4-5 school, man. I know it. He was at Georgia. He played at Rice this year.
USC.
Went to USC, West Virginia. That's 4 schools right there. Like after a while, man, Go get a job at McDonald's or Wendy's, so man. For real. After a while, so many times jumping in the portal, and the thing about if a kid in the portal 2, 3, 4 times, college coaches still are gonna try to get them because they veteran players. But them the only things I would do. I might put a cap on how many portal kids you can get per team to kind of do that to help with high school recruiting. So it's some things that I would do with some things that they could do that could help with that because, you got 85 kids. So let's use Colorado. Out of them 85 scholarship kids, they're probably, I would assume, will lose with kids in the portal, probably, I would say 20. I would just assume 20 was all said and done. So that, plus the kids turning pro and all that, you looking at possibly 40 to 45 kids coming in to this program next year, high school and transfer. The one group of kids that are kind of getting left behind now is the JUCO kids. Because now I don't have to go get a JUCO kid to go D1. I can just go get some out the transfer portal that's already playing D1. So now you're seeing a lot of JUCO kids, and you got some here and there that are, that's made it to the FBS level. But a lot of your JUCO players now, they're going to some of the Group of 5 schools, some FCS schools in D2, which is making football better on them levels too. So.
Damn, you're a commissioner for today. What you doing to fix this if it is fixable and needs to be fixed?
The only thing I think I would probably fix is the multiple transfers. That's the only one. Because there's very few. Because to me, if Horatio has said it, Mike has said it, Dave, to a degree, you said it. If the college coach can leave and go jump from one place to another, now that you've given these student athletes to do the same thing, I don't see an issue with it. Because before then, a coach could come in and sit in your child's come sit in your house and tell your child, I'm gonna be there, and then they gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kids nowadays, they commit to the school, but they really commit to the coach, the D coordinator, the offensive coordinator. They recruit to the particular person that was recruiting them. So if that person is gone, they feel like, oh, well, I can get up out of here too. To a certain degree, they're right. So as far as like what I would fix, it would probably be the multiple, put in the JT Daniels rule or whatever. Multiple transfers that I don't know if I would be kind to that. The rest of it, I don't really have an issue with. Because for years, college kids been struggling. They can't get nothing. They can't ask for nothing, even though they done made the 3 years they was at Michigan, they done made Michigan like $35-40 million, but they can't get nothing. Get what you can get,
Shot, last word. What you do as commissioner NCAA?
The one thing that I would say is I like what Mike said. I would probably try to limit the number of times you can transfer within that conference. So I would say that. I think that would also bring a lot of parity to some of these different conferences. Like, hey, keep in mind now, if you go to the school in the SEC and you want to transfer now you got to go to the shit. I don't even know the name of these other colleges. I'm just gonna say ACC and the other. That's all like that. Big Ten, whatever. Something like that. But other than that, I don't have anything. Like I said, because you can't limit the amount of times a kid transfer, because you may go to the portal on your own one time, and then the next time the school may want you to go in the portal. Like, we keep talking about these portal kids. What about this kid McCord from Ohio State? They pushed him in the portal. So let's say he go to another team because Ohio State don't want him, and then the next year he decides he wants to go to the portal. We saying, no, you done did it too many times. I didn't want to go in the portal last year. Ohio State pushed me in the portal. So I think what he's also going to do.
That's valid.
Trying to get these top 5 classes, right? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
we get you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Everybody trying to get these top 5. Okay. Everybody trying to get these top 5 classes. For what? They not going to stay anyway. Hell, if I'm a D2 school or a lower division school, I'm going to recruit the number 1 quarterback in the country. Why you going to Georgia? Why you going to Alabama? They got a guy that's 2 years in front of you. You might as well come to my mid-level school, ball out as a freshman, and then go in the portal and get your $1 million. But you can come ball with us your freshman year at a lower level school.
Jaden Daniels is an example of that.
That makes sense to me. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
Especially, man, let me tell y'all something. Look at Brock Vandegrift. Look at this kid, Dante Moore. Dante Moore was a 5-star recruit. He ended up going to UCLA. And now he's entering the portal. The going rate for a starting quarterback right now is $1 million. Why would I stay at UCLA if I can get $1 million? Why would I stay anywhere? Man, let me tell y'all something. There is not one school in America. I could have grew up in the bookstore at Athens or Tuscaloosa, and for $1 million, I'm gone.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. And it's crazy. You bring up Dante Moore. You know, he's from my backyard. He originally went to Oregon, and then UCLA came and swept him because of the money. Then he went there, got benched, and all that type of stuff. Nah, you right, Shot. I seen that because they have Ohio State, Miami, Oregon, and Michigan as the top 4 teams that's been talking to him, and the going rate is a meal. So one of them teams is gonna pay him. He out of there, and I don't blame him.
But you know what happens next? You go to Miami, Oregon, one of these schools, and there's another dude or 2 dudes already there you compete with. So then what happened? You don't perform well in the spring, or you don't perform well in fall camp. Now you're the second string. So guess what? Now I'm ready to leave again because I didn't beat it out. I didn't win this job here at this school. Them the kids I got a problem with right there. Okay, I didn't win this battle. I'm gonna leave. Like, bro, D1 is so much competition at every position. Like, you 2 and 3 deep at every position. So you go into another school, that don't guarantee you're gonna start.
But see,
I still got $1 million though.
That and a lot of these kids, like I say, bro, they smarter than what you think. I can't speak for the other 3 schools. They've been talking about the Dante Moore thing here a lot. And they were saying that really it depends on what the quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, what he gonna do that's gonna persuade him to either go or not to go to another school. If McCarthy leave, he'll probably get there and be able to start. But then Jaden Davis is coming. He pretty much knows what's going on. So a lot of these kids, they picking where they're going because they feel like the money won, and they feel like they can beat out who's ever at the school. And who's to say the coach ain't promised them that?
Go get that money, young fellas.
Yeah, if you getting $1 million, man, whoever give me $1 million, my family's set, bro.
We good.
My family's set.
Yeah.
I'm set. My family's set.
Let me throw this scenario out to you. And I can speak personally because I got a son at the HBCU level. I can promise you that, let's say next year, he's set to get a lot of playing time. Hey, get me 80 tackles, and we hitting the portal, baby. We want $100,000 to whoever, and then we gonna finish our last year. Whoever get us $100,000, we gonna take that $100,000 and we gonna invest it, and then we gonna start the rest of our career. That's what we gonna do. That's the plan. So think about what other kids are talking about. Look at Walter Nolan. Y'all know they about to back the Brinks truck up at that boy house.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Him and LT Overton. I know one thing. Georgia and Alabama better both pray that they at least get one of them.
Shit, Walter Nolan high on Georgia list, boy. Georgia may get Nolan.
I actually
Georgia was
thought he
after
was
him in high
considering
school.
going there before he went to A&M. Because Michigan was trying to get him, but I know they didn't. I know Georgia was really hounding him. So I actually thought he was going to Georgia.
And let me say this too, man, before we move on. If we got anybody on here, anybody that's watching the show that's got a high school football player, these college coaches, it's not that they don't want your child or these high school players, but when I go into the portal as a college coach and get a player that's 20, 21, 22 years old versus this 17 or 18-year-old, there's less stuff I have to teach him. That's what it's about when it comes to transfer portal high school kid. Now, high school players, they still getting recruited. Like if you are a 3, 4, and a 5-star, you still getting recruited pretty good. But it's those guys that's under 3-star, maybe some 2 stars and 1 star. You know, this is a crucial time for you. Actually, from now until probably February, if you a 2-star, 1-star, no star high school football player, these next 2 months, and Shot can back me up on this, these next 2 months are crucial.
Yeah, I'm gonna back you up, and I'm gonna say this to y'all 2 stars. Go to the power, the lower level schools, hit the weight room, ball out, and in 2 years, them lower D1 schools gonna come at you with that bag, and you let them know yesterday's price is not today's price. Show me the money. Right. So just because you didn't get to that D1 school, go bust your behind, get to be a junior with numbers, be a D1 prospect, and tell them to bring that money. Go get that money.
And I want y'all to watch how it's gonna work with the portal. Watch this. Power 5 kids that started and got, were really good, they only transfer to other Power 5 programs of that caliber. If you're a Power 5 kid that didn't get a lot of clock a lot of times, you kind of drop down in levels, meaning you will go to a group of 5 school. If you're a group of 5 kid that really balled out, you're going to maybe move up a level, and that's how it's going to work. But watch, a lot of players like Cam Ward, the quarterback at Washington State, this Walter Nolan, they're going to go to other big-time Power 5 programs. But a guy like I just mentioned, Nealon Green, that nobody really heard of, he may get on to a Colorado or something like that, but don't be surprised he end up at a Memphis or somewhere like that. Because after a while, them guys just be looking for playing time, find somewhere to play.
Let me get to the chat real quick. Justin Forsyth on our YouTube page asked a little bit earlier, what can Michigan do to beat Alabama? And I put some thoughts in there. He said Michigan's still the better football team. Quick analysis. I know we got a couple weeks for this game. Give me one quick key to the game, Damon. Everybody else, after you didn't shot, then Mike.
I ain't gonna have no comment till we do the college football playoff preview right before it starts. I ain't got no comment.
I'm just gonna say defensive line against Alabama's O-line. You can't hold that. Miro gonna have a field day, running and passing. So that's all. As of now, that's what I would say.
Shot, you got a quick thought?
Dallas Turner. If they don't block him, it's gonna be a problem. But y'all know I got the utmost respect for Alabama and the guys that they put on that field. But I think every last one of them offensive linemen that start for Michigan gonna play on Sundays, and I just don't know if this is gonna be, man, one of the best games, one of the most anticipated games for me, because I'm gonna be just watching the trenches.
That's where it's gonna be won at.
Absolutely.
I don't know why that game is at 5. I know that's a traditional time for the Rose Bowl, but I would put that game at 8:30. I made that a prime time game, 8:30. But
It's probably gonna be the best one
yeah,
because
they got
of
that 5 o'clock though.
just because of what Horatio said. It's gonna be one in the trenches, bro. I'm with him 100% on that. Whoever win the trenches got this game.
Yeah, I'm looking. I know I said it out. Anatole, I said Alabama will lose 3 games this year because of quarterback play. They shot me quarterback play. I trust Nick Saban more than I trust Jim Harbaugh.
I agree with that too.
That's what's going to be the other key to the game.
He got
What
a month to
adjustment?
prepare, man.
Yeah. The only time I seen Nick not advance when he against Ohio State. Zeke ran wild during the playoff, so that's what was key for Ohio State for their championship run that year. We got maybe 2-3 more topics I want to get to them real quick. The Heisman finalists. Go ahead.
Let me say this real quick, Faye. Like I know a lot of people are surprised that Alabama in there, and obviously I picked Alabama, but if y'all go to the mock drafts, and we started this whole quarterback debate, and that made me go to the mock draft, which is why I picked Alabama. I always, me and Atwater had these conversations. I always say the draft will tell you what kind of team you got. People can say you this, and that. The NFL will let you know if you're an elite team. And if y'all check out that first round, there's a lot of guys from Alabama on that first round list, even though they had that one loss and other teams was undefeated. That first round has more Alabama players than anybody else. So once they put it together, then you just seeing Nick Saban with his greatest coaching job.
And you guys have been saying all year Nick Saban has probably his greatest coaching job.
Most definitely. I agree with that. Yes, most definitely. Because even the media was down on Nick this year.
Mm-hmm. Quarterback. That was the main thing. Everything else was pretty decent. Quarterback.
Yep.
I want to go to Heisman finalists right quick. Just give me a quick answer. Who would you vote for if you were a voter? Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison Jr., Bo Nix, and Michael Penix. My vote is going to be Jaden Daniels because of numbers. That's me, Jaden Daniels. That's my pick. The Joker ran for 1,100 yards and threw for 4,000. I don't care if he got 3 losses. Heisman is supposed to be the best player in college football. To me, he was the best player in college football. Record-wise, not. Go ahead, Mike.
I guess I'm going with Jaden Daniels, too. After you said that, I was thinking of Michael Penix, but I'm going to go with Jaden Daniels. But let me say this, too. Marvin Harrison, I think he got like 1,400 yards receiving. The wide receiver from LSU, if that's the case, he need to be there, too. Because I think he had like 1,400 yards receiving, too.
Like
with the Kashan Booty.
I thought it was
neighbor. Yeah, neighbor, that's right.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm was there.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Shot, who you voting for?
Easy. Michael Penix. Penix. Like, Jaden Daniels, don't get me wrong, he had a phenomenal season. But in the 3 losses that they have, it's because of him. Like, literally, did he miss wide open people against Florida State? Literally. He missed wide open people against Alabama.
Did we just lost shot?
Hey, pull up Michael Penix number, say when you can.
All right, give me.
Like I'm don't again. Let the NFL take him. But if we talking about the best player in college football, Michael Penix did that. And Marvin Harrison Jr. had 1,400 yards and 900 targets.
Yeah, he did that. That was his safety net.
Yeah, and plus he was 9th in touchdowns in the NCAA. He was 9th in touchdowns. If you look at Penix's numbers, I'm going just to the last 4 games. Utah, 332 yards. Oregon State, 162 yards. Washington State, 204 yards. Oregon, 219 yards. Completion percentage. And those 3 against Washington State, 54. Oregon State, 46. Utah, 57%. Oregon 69%, and then what USC, if you go back another week, USC 73%. But USC don't have no defense. So you take away about 9% from that. So about 64% was a decent defense.
That's Michael Penix Trophy.
All right. Dan, who you voting for?
I was initially with shocked just because of what he said, but then I was thinking about what you said, Faith. It's about numbers. Definitely got to go to Daniels because if you look at the last few, even though Burrow went undefeated, won the national title, he had gaudy numbers. All the numbers were gaudy, and they were like video game numbers. Shot is right that the person who deserves it probably would be Michael Penix. The person who's going to win it probably is Jaden Daniels because of his numbers. The person that deserves it is definitely Michael Penix. If you watched him play, even though his percentages and all that was low for a quarterback, if you look at the clutch passes that he made in those games, you would definitely say he's the Heisman winning quarterback. He's the Heisman winner. I think they're gonna go with the numbers though, like they traditionally do.
So let me ask this: you got one game to play. You got Bo Nix, Michael Penix, JT Daniels. Who you taking?
I'm taking Michael Penix.
I'm taking Penix.
Okay.
That's why I agree with you, Shot. I'm saying the person that deserves to win it is him. But I'm thinking they're gonna pick Daniels because of the numbers.
3,800 yards passing, 40 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 96 QBR. If you look at his rushing, Joker ran for 1,134 yards and 10 touchdowns on 135 carries.
That's probably why they're gonna give it to him. Them numbers.
He did all that in 8 games because them other 3 games he was trash.
No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing.
Nah, he wasn't trash. Now, that's a bit harsh. He wasn't trash.
He underperformed. Let's just say that.
He wasn't good.
And what were Michael Penix numbers now?
Michael Penix overall stats for the year: 4,200 yards, 33 touchdowns, 9 picks. Let me see if I can see rushing
He
stats
lose
for him.
a game though.
They lose a game, but it's about records. It's about stats. It's not. That's the thing about the Heisman. They always give it to the best player on the best
They get
team.
in the numbers.
Except for a couple times when RG3 won it for Baylor, Johnny Manziel won it that year. You know, his rushing Michael Penix this year, that can't be right. He couldn't have rushed for no 18 yards, negative 18 yards this year. 29 carries. Okay, that might be right. 29 carries, negative 18 yards, 3 touchdowns.
He really wasn't much of a runner at Indiana though. So
nah, he wasn't, because his most yards he ran for was 119 yards. That was in college for 6 years. Wow. All right, let's get to the last topic. We're not gonna get to HBCU football. I want to get to the Pac-12 because this was the culmination of the Pac-12 conference is gone bye-bye. And I want you guys to give me some of the best players from the Pac-12 over the last 23 years.
Oh, number one is probably Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush, number one. Reggie Bush is the first person come to mind when I think of players from the Pac-12. Marcus Mariota. If you had to get a quarterback from the Pac-12, you had Andrew Luck. You had Jake Plummer, Ryan Leaf. What quarterback would you say the last 20, 25 years has been the best quarterback in the Pac-12? Would it be Andrew Luck?
Don't forget Carson Palmer.
I was thinking of Carson Palmer.
I don't know, man. Andrew Luck was the number one pick.
He was.
Carson Palmer was too.
No, dog. I think I'll go with the Luck. But the first player to come to mind, the best player in the last 20, 25 years of Pac-12, it is without a doubt, it's Reggie Bush.
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. Yeah, Cal. He put up some good numbers at Cal. First person I thought about was Reggie Bush. Mainly USC players, to be honest. Besides Luck, besides Mariota, I thought of Bush. I thought of Carson Palmer. No, that wasn't 20. That was over 25 years. When did Keyshawn Johnson come on? That was past
90, that's 96. That's within that time frame.
Most of them, they you got some good ones. That's some good ones. Some good ones. But those are the ones I thought about when you asked.
If you go back 5 more years, Troy Aikman.
What was when did no, he didn't play. Never mind. He didn't play in the Pac-12. That would be something good. The names are probably just pop in your head as you're thinking.
Go back another 10 years, John Elway.
Was that the Pac-12 or was it the Pac-10?
John Elway, Pac-10. All this really from 1990s Pac-10, 1990s Pac-10. So
that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to go Penei Sewell. You got to go Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Was that Quentin Williams?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I forgot about Sewell or St. Brown for that matter. That boy didn't allow a sack when he was in Oregon.
Exactly.
Michael Westbrook and Rashawn Salam. Can't forget with them two boys there. Cordell Stewart. But that was Big 8. That was Big 8. That's Big 8 though. That's Big 8.
Yeah, that was Big 8. That's the Big 8. Oklahoma, Nebraska, Colorado time.
Yeah.
So
Jake Plummer, Terrell Suggs.
Yep.
That's interesting. They gone.
Good job, Pat.
They gone. That conference is.
Hey, if you Oregon State and Washington State, what do you do? Because they are staying in the Pac-12. It ain't but 2 teams. What are you going to do to get teams? Like, how are you going to recruit people to come out there?
You're going to have to talk to Boise State. You're going to have to tell them, hey, dog, come on through. Come on, hey, big head. What you doing? Either that, you're going to be independent. They're probably going to have to go independent.
That's what I'm thinking. They don't want to go to another conference.
Well, next year, what they decided, they're playing a 6-game like conference slate with Mountain West. They're not going to be able to play for no championship, but they playing 6 Mountain West teams, 1 FCS teams, and they got to play 5 other Power 5 teams.
They ain't going to be in the rankings.
That's borderline independent.
I mean, Notre Dame doing the same damn thing. They're playing 5 ACC teams and 7 we quote unquote non-conference games, which you have your USC, Penn State, probably Marshall again. I wouldn't want to put Marshall on there again because they beat them a couple years ago, something like that. But yeah, they're going to have to go independent. But then they go independent, they're not going to go bowling, depending on their schedule. But don't forget Teddy Bruschi. Chris McAllister, cornerback.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Gronk.
Hey, Corey. Hey, C. Green said LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah.
What about Deshaun Jackson?
Absolutely. Marcus Tufant.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shut down corner.
Yep.
Achilles Smith was good at Oregon, bad at Cincinnati.
That's a lie.
I believe he was a finalist for Heisman, but
yeah, McCaffrey. Yeah, Christian McCaffrey.
Stanford. Yeah.
Mario put that one up.
With Jinx on there.
Man, bye, man.
That was a
Hey,
good
Rachel, you coming up?
Okay.
Rachel, you coming up here for the Celebration Bowl?
Mike.
Huh?
I said, you coming up here for the Celebration Bowl?
I'll be there Friday.
What day is that game on?
A Saturday.
Next Saturday.
17th.
Next
Howard and
Saturday.
Fan.
Yeah, I'll be there Friday. I'll be there actually Thursday because Damon's daughter, my niece, she graduating from Georgia Southern. So I'll be up there Thursday.
Oh, congrats, bro.
So yeah, we'll be out there at the Celebration Bowl. Hell, I'm gonna be at the Beach Bowl Wednesday with Fort Valley State.
Yeah, Fort Valley playing what, Virginia State?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Virginia State down here at the Beach Bowl. Drive Pink Stadium, we there.
That's what's up.
Big time there, man.
Yep.
We are there. Everybody that's down here, come on out.
That's what's
Pouring the
up.
blue and gold.
Absolutely.
Hey, that was a action-packed show tonight. We had a lot of stuff on here. We ain't getting no NFL. We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to pick that up next. We're gonna talk all NFL and the ramifications of this in-season tournament next week. I'm guessing, right, Mike?
Yeah, I'm just still clueless on some of this stuff with the in-season tournament. Like, everybody ain't playing the same amount of games. Is it counted to the regular season? I will say this before we go with the in-season tournament. Some of these games have been exciting. Like the Lakers-Sun game last night, that was pretty intense, man. It was. So I think the NBA got it right. They got it right doing this in-season tournament.
Look, let me say that real quick on that. I know we're about to go, but just to explain it, they have 6 groups. They have group play. There's 5 teams in each group. They play 4 games. So whatever the best record from each group advance, and you have 2 wild card teams. That's how they do it. So those.
Oh yeah, I got that part, but everybody ain't playing the same amount of games. I don't think. Like the teams that's advanced to the finals, they're not playing the same as the teams that didn't make it to the knockout round. That's what I'm talking about.
That's why the last 3 days of the schedule are blank, so they can make sure those games are even. There's a couple games tonight to even out the quarterfinal game.
Okay. All right, fellas.
So that's our show for tonight. We want to thank you for coming on, spending some time with us on Wednesday night. You know what the deal is. Every Wednesday, 9:05 p.m. Get your free sponsorship.
Hey, I just want y'all to know that I will be entering the transfer portal with 2 years of eligibility. To God be the glory.
Hey, we back your decision, man.
Yes, we do. Get that bag, brother.
He said he tired of the early mornings on the train because of saving grades. We out. We'll holler.
All right, gentlemen.